Well, when crime spikes, often folks turn to the police for more enforcement or to lawmakers for more legislation to stop the problem. Those are answers to the scourge of gun violence, but some advocacy groups are coming together to say they're not the only ones. They say community partnerships can help interrupt a disturbing trend along with mentorships for young people. To that end, Liz Kim with Organized Voices and Esteban Nunez with the Anti-Recidivism Coalition are live with me now to explain what they're doing tomorrow to increase safety and opportunity in the capital city. Welcome to Fox 40 News at 11.
Thank you. Hello.
Thank you.
Yes, definitely. The event you're holding tomorrow is the continuation of a rally held on the Capitol steps at the end of June. That was a rally against gun violence, and then just 2 days later, an assistant coach at Inderkum High, Gregory Grimes, was killed and several others hurt one street over from the site of Sacramento's April mass shooting that took the lives of 6 and injured a dozen others. What went through your mind when that happened? How do you not get frustrated into inaction? Liz?
It's just not a time for us to sit. We have to act. These kids' lives are literally in danger every single day. The risk of them getting hurt or shot at anytime they go out is a reality that we're facing today. So it is up to the communities to step up and provide a safe space for them, for mentorship, and for people who need to reach out to these kids, quite frankly, to help them feel safer, feel like they have people they can turn to, and quite frankly, get that mentorship to know that guns are not the answer to resolve any type of conflict.
Esteban, your feelings about this, how when things keep happening, do you not just get frustrated and stop?
I mean, it's incredibly frustrating just to see the ripple effect of how the pain moves throughout the community, right? But it is on the community for us we have a choice now. We have a responsibility where we can step up and embrace the pain that really that ripples through this community. One of the things that we've learned as formerly incarcerated individuals is the influence that trauma has, the influence that our early age trauma has on our actions as we've grown up. And so one of the things that ARC does is we go into the juvenile halls on a daily basis to mentor the youth in juvenile hall, to try to do some of the preventative work. And there needs to be a lot more of that, frankly.
Tomorrow, you're inviting the public out to the Guild Theater for something you're calling Hip Hop and Civil Rights. Social justice organizations standing together to honor those who've been lost to gun violence and offer resources for those impacted families. Esteban, you just touched on it a little bit. You're with the Anti-Recidivism Coalition. How does this really dovetail with your mission?
A lot of the times we really try to do some preventative work because we've learned from the introspective work that we've done on ourselves how detrimental trauma can be, and what's really needed for youth to deter away from a track of violence and harm. And that really is consistency. It's healthy, learning healthy coping mechanisms, love and support. And that's what we really try to do is bring a positive community to provide people a sense of community and support, and also connect them to resources. But the biggest thing I would say is the mentorship that we offer.
Alrighty. Liz, going back to the title of this event, Hip Hop and Civil Rights, it may be kind of confusing to some, may not sound like one has anything to do with the other, but several famous hip hop artists will be part of all of this, like DJ Yella of NWA. Regional DJs will be honored for their contribution to the civil rights movement through their music and artistry. Please explain what the connection has been.
Yes, a lot of people don't know this, and I'm really glad you asked this question because it's an educational moment to remind the public that hip hop was birthed as a peace movement in response to a particularly violent summer in 1973. So hip hop actually originated to bring peace to the streets and to deter kids that are at risk from violence and the track that Esteban just spoke of. And so the pillars of hip hop require you to be positive and to promote peace and act out your emotions or your frustrations in a healthy form of art, such as DJing, b-boy dancing, graffiti art, and things like that. But over the course of time, over the decades, hip hop has evolved into something else, and we're trying to bring back the principles that need to be interjected into our communities right now.
Alrighty, an important lesson for a lot of people to learn or get exposed to for the first time. Also, you may be getting folks there because they love the music, and then you're injecting the message, luring them in with the music, and then getting that to them. Now, Hip Hop and Civil Rights starts tomorrow at 6 p.m. at the Guild Theater in Oak Park, and tickets start at around $25. So pretty accessible for everybody to get there in a full evening. I want to thank you both for joining me this morning.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Definitely.